What's good, world? Show me DJ Chose, and I just jumped off the porch. Dirty good best.
What's up, Bree? What's up, Keith? What's up, Lisa? Damn, I want all three.
All right, so we got DJ Chose off the porch with us today. How you feeling today, man?
I'm off the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming by today, man.
Nah. Appreciate y'all for having me. You feel me? I've been watching off the porch interviews for a while, so you feel me?
Oh, that's love right there, man. Appreciate that, man. So how's Atlanta been treating you so far?
Atlanta cool. I actually like Atlanta. I hate that I fly here because like everywhere I go is guns, and I feel like damn, I ain't got my gun with me. I ain't strapped. So Atlanta be cool, but I just wish I was strapped out here.
Yeah. So what's life like in Houston right now?
Houston lit up. Like even though all this going on, Houston's still crazy. I don't really do much. All I do is I be in the crib working, just record. That's how like my new record came about. Like just at the house, just working. I ain't in the mix. I'm kind of like mellowing down.
Yeah. And you're originally from Brookshire?
Brookshire, Texas, small town, big dreams.
Yeah.
My city population like 3,000-4,000. So you know I'm already beating the odds.
There you go.
Yeah.
You the first one to make it big in the music from that town?
We had a couple, I ain't gonna say they made it big, but they was doing their thing before me. But, you know, we all cousins because the city's so small. So I'm like the first one that really popped out and been doing it this long and really, really pit on for the city.
Yeah. At what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I jumped off the porch at like, I'm gonna say like 16. I mean, my brother, in my city, my brother was a real big like gangster. So my brother was a Crip. He got shot like 6 times and all kind of extra things. He did time like, so I was the little brother that couldn't leave the house. Well, my brother couldn't leave the house unless his little brother was with him. So I didn't see everything from the sun to the fucking ground. So when I dealt with all that, it was just kind of like in my music, if you hear me, or even when I write street things for the artist, it's coming from what I saw from my brother. You feel me? Thank God he's still alive.
Yeah. Did seeing him go through all that kind of make you want to go a different route?
Definitely. Like if it wasn't for my brother, I would have probably been like my brother, but seeing everything he went through from like fighting cases and, you know, just everything he put my mama through, and RIP to her, everything he put her through, and he know it too, you know, it just kind of changed my narrative to what I didn't want to do. I'm the one who like got the car when he got shot 6 times. I'm the one who had to give the phone to my mama. I'm the one who had to watch her cry. I'm the one that used to watch her stress at the kitchen table knowing she couldn't pay the lawyer what they was asking. So I just seen it full circle. You feel me?
Yeah, that's real. What would you say is one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome to make it out of Brookshire, make it to where you're at here in your career right now?
Man, the biggest, it's crazy. The biggest obstacle would be just saving money. Like where I came from, we didn't start with that. I was already beneath, you feel me? Like I come from a small town. We stayed in apartments at first, then we moved to a trailer house. Trailer house wasn't worth nothing. You know, we damn near broke. So my first I had to start DJing to make money. I was a rapper first. So my first couple of events and shit, I'm noticing, damn, I can make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing in like $75 a night. Then I go up to 100, 150. As my price going up, I'm steady throwing it in the shoebox. And then I'm investing it back in my rap, and I'm realizing like, this how I'm gonna make it right here, just stacking. But I think the biggest obstacle is just knowing like we ain't had no money. The other little money we did have, we had to go do some questionable things to get. So to finally be able to get legit was always the goal, and to finally be able to really get some real money, that was always the goal.
Yeah. So did you start off producing, DJing, or were you a rapper at first?
I was a rapper. I've been a rapper for a long time. So I was a rapper at first, and the people in my city was kind of like holding their nuts on me. Whether it was in my city or when I went to college, like all of the big DJs would just never play my music. And I ain't just saying like they was, I might not have been jamming. Whatever they did, I thank them because it gave me that extra to say, you know what, I'm gonna become a DJ then. So when I became a DJ and I started pressing play on my records, I started realizing what worked. So now I got this massive formula that's way better than it would have been if I'd have just been a rapper. Like rappers be hit or miss. Since I'm a DJ and I know what the crowd respond to, it's almost like everything I try to make a hit gonna be a hit. You feel me? I'm cheating.
It's like you got the cheat code.
I got the cheat code for sure.
So how'd you link up with OG Ron C and become part of the Chop Stars?
That was a long time ago. OG Ron C used to be my manager. So It was more like big bro, little bro. He's still my big brother these days. But as far as me on the Chop Star level, like I ain't really never chopped and screwed the album. Mm-hmm. I was just more like a great name to be a part of it. And then I benefited off of it. Thank you, OG Ron C, for throwing me them alley hoops back in the day. He introduced me to Drake, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So big salute.
Yeah. What's been one of the wildest things you've seen while DJing at a club?
Man, when I was, I ain't gonna disclose his name, but he kind of set the tone for me. When I was in college, one of the biggest DJs told me, "Hey, Chose, you need to get like me." So he dropped the longest song in his library and went to the restroom and knocked it down, you know what I'm saying? And came back, the song was on for like 6 minutes, came back and turned that bitch right back up, turned the club back up. And ever since then, I kind of had a vendetta because I was like, I ain't gonna ever be the biggest DJ until I go do that. So I had an event, same venue, and I think I dropped Get It Ready by DJ Jubilee, which is like an 8-minute song. And I went to the restroom, got some top, beat her down, and I got back at like 7:30 on the record and went right back in. And after that, I knew like, hey, I'm the greatest, you feel me? But shout out to him, and he know who he is. He kind of led by example on that.
That's pretty wild.
For sure.
How do you handle drunk people or even artists coming up to you to request a song in the middle of a set?
Man, it'd be so annoying because it's like, I feel like people that be drunk, they don't be understanding how close they really is, or they don't be understanding, like, I done had some drunk people do some questionable things and get right here and it just be like, I be wanting to go in a nigga mouth, you feel me? But as far as requests, most people don't request things from me because I'm probably already on it or I'm probably turning them up already. So it don't really be much to request. They just be kind of in the vibe. I'm not like one of those DJs where I just play songs. Like I was, because I ain't DJing no more. So don't call me and ask me. Don't try to book me. You're not going to get me to DJ. I'm only doing shows. The price is up. Don't play. But at the time, I really be in the mix. So they don't request nothing.
So how'd you start off producing?
Producing came from being broke. I couldn't buy no beats. So I was always on Kazaa trying to find instrumentals and what was it? Kazaa, we had Morpheus, I think. I was on all of them. Then when YouTube started popping, I started ripping the instrumentals. But at some point I was like, man, I want to actually have a real record of my own. So I started making beats. They was trash. Oh man, if y'all could hear some of my first beats, y'all would be like, what? But somehow I got good. And when I started getting good, my hooks got better. And when my hooks got better, checks got bigger. And when the checks got bigger, I started writing for people. I started producing for people. Shout out to Kevin Gates. He gave me my first shot on using one of my beats. And that song went platinum, which was Time for That by Kevin Gates. And then I did NBA Youngboy No Smoke, which is 3 times platinum. And then I did something on Fast and Furious that went platinum for A Boogie, Kodak Black, and PNB Rock. And when all of that went about, I knew my beats was good. Like, can't nobody tell me shit no more. You feel me?
How'd you get your tag? Ain't that DJ Chose over there?
Man, it was this chick in my college. She did this drop for me. It was 2 chicks. Shout out to both of them. They did these drops for me, for my old gang. And when they did them, we kind of got in the studio, told them like, hey, we want y'all to say this. And they knocked them out, but they real ratchet. Or they sounded ratchet, you feel me? But they're actually 2 intelligent young ladies. So when they did the drop, it became real big because it was on this big record with me and B King called Throw That Ass. So everybody in the school, when that part would come, they'd scream it. So finally, you know, like 6 years later, I'm over here working on my music, and I'm like, man, I need a tag that's different than the tag I had, which was just like a basic DJ Chose. Mm-hmm. So I go back to that drop, I call up one of the girls, I'm like, hey, you gotta come redo this. So she added the Ain't That DJ Chose over there, look like DJ Chose. And I just knew like, okay, this worked back then, this gonna be the thing that take me from 5 to 10. And true enough, it did. Cause now I got my own, you feel me?
All right, so what's your thoughts on other producers making DJ Chose type beats?
Man, I ain't even mad at them, you feel me? Like, I done did it before, so I ain't even mad at them. Y'all do all y'all type beats, whatever, or y'all can just hit my line direct and spend that money and get a collab, you feel me? However, I'm a cool dude. I wanna see everybody win, so y'all can try to be like me, or y'all can be with me, and I'll sign you young niggas.
What's your thoughts on producers using loops?
I rock with loops. I done made some of my biggest records with some loops, but to be honest with you, majority of my records and the bigger ones, I ain't touching no loops. Like when it comes to trying to really get a hit, I don't want to give nobody no bread off my idea. And I'm the nigga with the idea. It ain't like I'm actually using a loop, giving it to an artist and the artist making the record. Like I'm literally getting the loop, building around it, then I'm putting the hook on it. So I just, using a loop, I done been in a situation where I went from 100% to 60%. And I had to ask myself, that was the first mistake I ever made. I was like, what did that nigga do to get 40% of what I just did? And after that, I realized, like, man, that's the last thing I'm gonna do. Like, I ain't fucking with loops unless I got to. Yeah.
So how did you link up with Kevin Gates at first?
Man, we actually never really, around the time that I did Time for That, I never really met him. It was just kind of some in the studio, made a track, sent it over. And I did like 3 tracks that day, and he did like 3 tracks that day. And it was just crazy, because a lot of people don't know, but I know Gates, and I know Gates on a couple different levels. I know, like, people know Kevin Gates and know his progression, and they also know who he used to be. Well, I know all 3 of them. I don't even want to say too much because I don't want to disrespect them, because Gates is a work in progress. That's the best way to explain him. So I know the Kevin Gates that was, maybe I don't know the young and wild Kevin Gates, but I know the Kevin Gates that was on lean, or, you know what I'm saying, on whatever he was on, and just you know, retarded. I know retarded Kevin Gates. He's still retarded Kevin Gates. Then I know the progression of Kevin Gates. I done seen a couple things, and I done been in some trouble, and I'm kind of mellowing out. And then I know this Kevin Gates, the growth version of Kevin Gates. I love him right now. You feel me? And we talk every day. Like, we talk a lot. So when people talk about Kevin Gates, it's like, I know all 3 of them, of the evolution of them. And so the first time we ever worked, it was kind of more like a standoffish vibe. And it was real quick. Like, he really walked in for like 4 minutes, listened to the record, and just walked out. You feel me? I was kind of like, what? But at the time, he was, you know, he was, at the time, he was real street nigga. You feel me? He one of them people where if the energy ain't right, he ain't fucking with it. And at that time, I just wasn't putting off energy. You feel me? I was in the studio just working, trying to get out the trailer house. So I wasn't vibing with nobody. He wasn't vibing with nobody. So after that, the second time we met in the mall, and this time he just really, really gave me my flowers while, you know, he just was, it was a vibe. Like he noticed me like, oh, you that little dude, you DJ Chose, you the one that did this. And I'm like, damn, you know, that was real. Just to know somebody I work for acknowledge me. And then now we're in a different place. We're in a place where we FaceTime all the time, you know, talking business, talking fitness, talking just growth, you feel me? So
You guys got some new music on the way?
yeah, we got something crazy on the way. Y'all look out, because our album gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just produced for Moneybagg Yo and Fredo Bang. That spin on them.
Yeah, I love Spin on them. Spin on them was a one take. Spin on them was a one take. Like Fredo was in there and he one take that. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah. That was like, I was making a beat and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Fredo walked out the studio because he was like, I was making it and he was like, I ain't feeling it. Like, he weird. He got days where he don't wanna like, it's like nothing good enough for him. So this particular day was one of them days. And this was when Fredo was on them, I don't know, he was on them, I wanna say Addies or maybe Perkies, I don't know. He was popping some kind of pills. And I knew it. So I don't like really being around Fredo when he on pills because Fredo really got two sides. Like Fredo gonna go, he a gangster, but I know the cool Fredo. So I don't even get involved in the street side of they shit or the gangster side. So it just be like, I like the Fredo that when I'm in the studio, we vibing and we making records. But I didn't see that nigga flash out before. So we in the studio and I'm making a beat and he just kind of sitting back like, he get up, walk out and say, I ain't fucking with that, and walked out. But I'm like, who cares what you fucking with? You feel me? Like, nigga, I know what's going on, nigga. Like, you called me to fuck with you, so you gonna fuck with what I do. So I finished that bitch. He come back in like 30 minutes. By this time, I'm just laying a melody on the bitch though. Like, I'm just, you know, he wrote the bitch, but I came up with a melody and I'm just like, I'm just humming. I leave the hum on the record. He come back in. Oh, this a new bitch. This bitch hard.
The same beat.
Same fucking beat. I say, like everybody in the studio just bust out laughing. I told him, I said, bro, you bipolar, bro. Like you don't know what the fuck you like. You feel me? But I fuck with Fredo, and I'm telling you, he one take that bitch. He got on the mic, just one take it. Like all of the lyrics and shit just kind of surprised me because I done been around him when he was bullshitting in the studio. So the spin on him came natural for him.
Mm-hmm. Do you prefer to cook up with the artist present then?
No. Some of them I fuck with him live on spot, but what I'm realizing is some of these artists be weirdos. So the ones that are cool, yes. Like Fredo, good nigga, cool. Gates, good nigga, cool. But the ones that's weirdos, nah, cause I done been in sessions where, you know, shit just go left. I ain't gonna say who, but I walked into an Atlanta session. As soon as I walk in, sticks up on me. And I was just like, like, nigga, you just told me to walk in. Like, you ain't tell your niggas, hey, somebody if I had to walk in the studio. So I ain't got time for all that weirdo shit. I could have died that day. I ain't fucking with it. And I can make $1 million off my email. So.
Real shit.
That's how I'm trapping.
All right. Talk to us about Thick.
Thick. Thick. All right. Man, quarantine hit. I wanted to get some money. Quarantine was like one of them times where Gates was hitting me like, yo, I'm working on my album. Fredo was working on his album. Megan working on her album. Everybody working on their album, but nobody got release dates because it's quarantine. Nobody know what's gonna happen. So I get a record cut by Megan. 2-3 records cut by Megan or something. Gates did some records. Fredo did some records. But I'm like, when is any of this coming out? I know I be getting these big checks now, but what next year gonna look like if from April to fucking December I don't make no money, I don't get no placements. So part of me was just like, man, I rap good as fuck. Let me just put some time into me. So I drift off and I start ignoring everybody. I go a whole month of ignoring everybody texting me, everybody asking for beats. I said, man, I'm just gonna keep my best shit. And one day I'm sitting at the crib. I got my little lady with me, she in the back. And when she around, I do this little thing where I just strive for greatness. Cause I know if I can make her laugh, then it's a hit. So I'm recording and I just start stuttering. When I start stuttering, she like, hey, fuck no, you need to turn that off. And I was like, oh, this a hit. So that's how that came. But I think I did the record in like 15 minutes. So I ain't really questioning it. I knew like when you do something that quick and you don't question it, it'll be something. So I dropped it the next day. When I dropped it, my manager was like, man, what the fuck? Like, he was mad and I was like, shit, play catch up, nigga. This shit finna go. And I started working it. I'm doing crazy shit to market my shit. Like, quarantine turned me into a marketer. Fuck rap. I'm a marketer now. You feel me? So I'm sitting on IG Live and I'm like, all these bitches be in my DM. Man, I'm going in their DMs. I'm hitting them back like, hey, if you really love me, get on live right now and twerk to my shit for like 10 minutes. Some hoes just getting on live, busting 10 minutes. Thick. I'm watching they stream and it's just like, what song is this? I think the beginning of the alley hoop that I got was, and everybody talk about this, so I'm gonna get this off right now on the blogs while we right here. On my song, I say I like Nene cause she bad. I'm not talking about Nene. I'm not talking about young boy baby mama. I would never. I don't do that. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I don't play with people's baby mothers. You feel me? That's not who I'm talking about. But on the disclaimer, I did used to talk to one of her cousins. So I hit one of her people and I'm like, yo, do me a favor. See if Nene, you know what I'm saying? Just do a TikTok to this. And I guess Nene heard it, she liked it. So she did the TikTok off the strength. And that was one of the biggest alley hoops that I got for the record. And the next day I looked at the numbers and the numbers were so crazy. I was like, it was already crazy. I already hit 1 million in a month. But once she did it, it hit like a spike. And I knew like, okay, this a hit for real. You feel me? But just for the record, y'all, that ain't about Nene. Nene cool, but Nene ain't mine. You feel me? Nor am I looking at Nene like that. Nene fine though, but that ain't. I respect people, baby mamas. I respect people relationships, and I used to talk to her cousins. So leave me alone.
Yeah, the song has gone viral on TikTok and Triller. Yeah. Who are some of the bigger celebrities that you've seen posted?
When Sway Lee did it, that was crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, this whole time I was just waiting for Charlie and Addison. Like when Charlie and Addison Ray kicked in, I knew I had just like, I hit that point, like I was that dude. And the thing is, I ain't pay nobody. So when you start seeing things happening organic, like when Juju from the Steelers did it, yeah. I knew like, hey, this happening, you feel me? And I'm not dropping no bags. I ain't had no label. I'm still independent. Still no label. I know they don't like this shit, how this shit going down with no label, no big no CEO. I ain't got no sponsor, no sugar daddies. I ain't got none of that. I'm indie. I got my own bread. So, and I'm charged, you know, something that shit labels can't do all the time, so.
What's the chemistry like when you're working with B King? You guys got some hits.
Yeah. Me and B King got like our own situation where we work in email.
Okay.
But I swear we got the quickest turnaround. Like ever since college, B King email me a song, I send it back to him in 15 minutes. I email him a song, he send it back in 8 minutes. Like we do like real reckless one takes. That's why the songs be so good. We don't never try to out rap each other. We just try to be real creative and get the verse done. And then it's almost like a reaction. He'll send the verse, and as soon as he send it, be like, stay on the phone. Don't listen unless you're on the phone. So we watching each other reactions. He know when I'm bullshitting, like, and I know when he bullshitting. So, but our verses always been quick. Our records always work. It's almost like I knew this day would come where we both would be on the charts and we both would have something going on. And now it's like, we damn near gonna be forced to put out a mixtape soon. Something gonna have to happen, for sure.
Yeah. Any plans to remix the song, or is it too soon?
Big plans for the remix.
Okay.
I'm trying to get somebody that I worked with a lot early on, and if she'll do it, then, you know, it'd be nice to have her. I don't know if she gonna do it, but I'm pulling for it, and I got a bag, and I spend it all on her. You feel me? She know I spend it all on her. You feel me? But whoever, like I'm looking for. If I can't get her, I'm looking for whoever want to be a part of this. 2020, back that ass up. You feel me? If they want to be heard in 10 years and appreciate it, they should get on Thick Remix.
What's next for you, Chose? Are you working on a project, or what else is coming up?
I'm definitely looking forward to putting out an album. First, I'm gonna drop another single and give it to him one more time. And then an album is up. Then I got some other endeavors I'm working on. I got a new artist I'm building. They hard. It's a different genre though. They charting already, but I ain't gonna talk about it. But something like that. Like I'm finna do what labels do. And I'm finna build my own label. And I'm finna be, I'm 2020 did it, you feel me? And somebody gonna have to cut that big check. Or I already got a big check, so I might be like, fuck that check. Straight up.
All right. Any shout outs before we wrap this up?
No, because I'm gonna miss somebody. So, hey, if you love me, I love you. And thank you for supporting me. And follow me at DJ Chose, DJChose.com. Are you artists who looking for beats, looking for features, any of that nature? DJChose.com. And shit, thank y'all for fucking with me. I'm off the porch.
What's up, Bree? What's up, Keith? What's up, Lisa? Damn, I want all three. Ooh, Ashley. Hey, ooh, Ashley.